What's up, everybody? What a tournament. It was a tournament. You know what? I don't like saying the word esports. It was a tournament. But it was definitely, it kept me entertained. I will say that. I will give them credit. And I want to give credit to all the people that were in it, all the players, and the casters. I think the casters did a good job too, Childish and Claytone. I think they did a really good job.
So when they fight each of their opponents here, they're going to have the opportunity to kind of figure out which one's going first, which one's stinky. They're really going to be able to isolate what they want to do with regards to their target here. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do, in those first picks, whoever gets it to start it off.
You guys don't understand. It's kind of tricky being up there on the spot with the camera in your face. Like, make sure that I don't say anything horrible or dumb, trying to think of things on the fly and talk about what's going on. So they actually did I think they did a really good job. I think the players did a really good job. I see some people kind of buckled under the pressure though, so I don't want to talk too much, right? I did do 5 hours of commentary. I did commentary live over the whole thing, but I didn't stream it because I didn't want to take views away from the actual tournament. And then I was thinking, do I really want to upload 5 hours of commentary? And I know some of you are like, yes, Jubek will do it. And I'm like, no, I really gotta watch. How much can I really tell people what they're doing wrong if I wasn't there at the tournament in their seats in the first place? So I have some things that I noticed. So I'm going to say a couple things that I noticed, but I really put up or really, if Jubagel, if you're going to say if you're going to talk shit, go and be there where they're standing before you talk shit, alright? So we're not gonna say too much about that. I'm just gonna mention a couple things, right? So that's one of the reasons I'm not doing it. But man, if I was there, thank God I wasn't doing commentary. You guys would have seen some colorful commentary. You guys would have seen some. I would have raged. I would have thrown papers and shit. I don't know. So let's see what I predicted. This is just the people in the tournament. This is kind of what I predicted. I didn't predict these necessarily in these spots. I thought Shredded Puzzle would definitely be third for different reasons than he actually did. YDC went Fwa. I actually thought Fwa would place first, but I thought one of them would take it. I thought there was a chance of YDCB taking the tournament, though. I did. Boy, was I wrong, apparently. Boy, was I wrong. Let's see what, and then I thought these were going to be somewhere in the middle, these three. And then these three. Yeah, I was quite wrong on a few of those. Alright, so let's see what we actually got. This is the actual, so this is what basically the three kind of tiers that I predicted. Fwa won the tournament, alright, no surprise there. Koopa Troopa, the biggest surprise, and I gotta give him oh my god, so much credit. First off, second, I didn't give him enough credit. Clearly I was very wrong, and I will be the first. I will be man enough to admit that I was super wrong about Koopa. Now, I like Koopa, right? I do like him. I think he's got a great personality. I like him as a person. I did not think that he was as strong of a player as he is. First off, getting second, he continued to win. That's number one. He continued to win. He got matched up against Shredded Puzzle. Again, continued to win. Played strong the entire time. And also did not win based on RNG. He actually, if you want to look at textbook, this could be, if you want to look at the future of Summoners War Esports, cringe at saying that even, Koopa Troopa is probably the person to look at as what, Comtois should really look at his gameplay and say, this is where we can go with this. He didn't win by RNG. Well, he didn't win. He almost won. He got really close. He did well because he played well. He played very, very well. He deserves a crap ton of respect. I've gained, and I always respected him. I always liked him. But I did not think he was as strong as he actually is. So now if I ever get faced up against him in RC, I'm going to be like, oh great, it's Koopa Troopa. I'm going to lose this one, aren't I? I'm going to lose this one. So I got to give him so much credit for that. I did not give him enough credit. No, I don't think most people gave him enough credit. I did not see, so I was super wrong about that. Super wrong about that, and I'm surprised, and I think that he earned every bit of that money because he played well. Nothing else to it. He played well. He played very well. He played very strategically. He did his homework. I think he did a great job. Shredded Puzzle, third, but third for different reasons than I thought. Third because his dungeon runs were faster. I thought he would play Shredded Puzzle. I'm not gonna say too much. He could have played better. I'm not gonna say too much, and then I go off on it. No, I don't know. Like the Chasun picks, I think messed him up. I think Island Grown threw him in the first couple, and he was kind of like.
Clay, what do you think with regards to the first pick on this team?
I think exactly what he just did with the Iris pick gives him a straight counter to the Veligil from Shredded Puzzle.
Definitely. So the Iris and Rakan pick are locked down now. We got Shredded Puzzle here with about 17 seconds to go ahead and lock down his units here. It looks like he's running a Chasun, the Wind Skydancer here. A really strong unit for RTA here, and I'm curious to see what he's going to do here.
Island Grown did his homework, and he was like, I know what I'm going to do to get Shredded Puzzle. And then I don't know, like the Chasun, I think is where he went wrong. But he did wind up third. I was correct about his placement, but for the wrong reasons. So I think I'm still kind of wrong on that. Okay, Zero-Bit, fourth. He was close to where I said he was going to place. Everyone was like, no, Jubeigle, Zero-Bit's going to... Not everyone, but there was a few people like, Jubeigle, you're dumb, Zero-Bit's going to take the competition. He placed close to where I thought he was going to place. I think I basically called that one pretty well. Island Grown, actually, I think Island Grown could have placed higher because I didn't think that I thought maybe he wasn't going to take it too seriously. He did take it seriously. He did his homework. I think he got a little bit of... I think he would have placed higher if there were more matches. I would have liked to see more... Instead of these dungeon runs, I didn't like the dungeon runs. Like, Galleon derps, and then this person places, like 7th or 6th or whatever. I'm like, what the? No, that's not. How is that a competition? That's RNG. With the dungeon runs is like the... Don't even get me. Like, everyone's got teams... Here's the thing. Everyone's got teams that can do faster or slower than they did based on RNG. Like, how are you going to say Galleon using time to loot lost this player $1,000, lost this player $1,500? Like, what? That is not... Like, that is a $1,500 Galleon derp, really. That is...
Everything's looking to go good, Clay. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think she's going to have any problems with it leading up to the boss. The boss is generally where people start to have issues, but once that Galleon can defense break, the boss did not get it, so if that immunity goes up, she could be in trouble here.
Right. The defense break is in, the immunity is up, so this is going to be...
Yeah, Galleon's getting unsummoned. Seriously, Galleon's getting unsummoned. That's really not fair. That has nothing to do with skill. That's like rolling the dice, randomly see. Hey, maybe Galleon will defense, but maybe Lucian won't amputation magic. That cost you 3 seconds. GG, that's $1,000 that you lost. Like, how is that fair? Oh my god, seriously, I'm getting a little too raged. See, this you would have just seen more of that if I was to upload the whole five-hour thing. So that's why, and I wish I would have liked to see actual more matches. This would not have been this way if we would have seen more matches. I didn't really like I really didn't like the PvE stuff in it. It's not a PvE tournament. Like, really, come on, man, come on. Anyway, so yeah, so YDCB.
Jiraiya is already set to go. Now we're just giving about 25 seconds to YDCB to go ahead and pick his final pick, something that hopefully Jiraiya won't be able to counter. What do you feel about this? Whoa! This is a crazy move here.
Okay, so YDCB versus Fwa. He got out Violent Proc. I still think he would have lost that even without the Violent Procs. But it would have been a closer match. I think the biggest problem with that match that I had is that the fans missed out on having a better match. The fans should have seen a tighter match that was less reliant on Violent Procs. The match could have been tighter. The match could have been more intense. Next season, less Violent Procs. Next season, we're gonna see if we saw this, and if it was next season, it would have been it would have been a closer match. It would have been a better match. It would have been more exciting. If we didn't, if the dungeon runs weren't in there and we saw some more battles, YDCB would have placed higher. That's the thing. So he kind of got screwed, but also he got he made a mistake. YDCB, and here's what I think, that he didn't make the mistake when he was playing. And I know you're gonna say, oh, well, he was like last minute he picked the Fire Monkey. I think the Fire Monkey was like the good pick for him.
It's because he's analyzing every single aspect of the game. He doesn't just take a monster and go with how everybody else is running it. He takes it, figures out how he would ruin it and does it his own way.
It almost feels like he's the kind of guy that doesn't follow the meta, but he sets the meta.
Absolutely.
He definitely sets them.
I don't think that was a mistake pick. The mistake was using Veligil on Dragon's V10.
It looks like he is going again with that Bethany here. He brings an interesting monster here.
That is the mistake, because this is not a competition. This was not a competition about safe runs. Veligil is a good monster for Dragon's V10. Don't get me wrong, but it's not about safe runs. It's about speed runs. It's about YOLO RNG. He should have picked something like a Tark. He should have picked the Tark because then he would have been more YOLO. Like, I know RNG wasn't on his side, but like, you don't go safe and then just try to not place last. Like, I have no idea why he picked that. I think a lot of people are going to agree with me on that one. That Veligil, you need to place first in the dungeons to move to get back to the competition. You can't. Doing a safe team is not going to get you back. Doing a safe team is guaranteed to fail. That was his one mistake. That's why he placed that low. That was his mistake. He's using Veligil. Also, the other mistake is Comtois bracketing. It's just they didn't give people enough chances to get more matches in. So I think if this was more actually PvP tournament, YDCB would have placed higher. But I didn't know how many actual matches everyone was going to play, how many chances they were going to get to be in the rankings. Rinriona, I like. The biggest thing with Rinriona is I think she choked in the first, in the first fight.
Yeah, and Fall was actually able to get the first pick in this match now, so he went ahead and stole Riona's Ganymede there, so that gives Riona something to think about now when she's picking her monsters, that she doesn't have one of her key units.
Yeah, Riona sitting here in the second round of picks here. Okeanos is sitting in, but trying to lock it down. Her first picks were Ciara and Wusa here. It looks like she went ahead and countered Fall on that.
She picked a little bit differently than she normally does, and I think the people that watch her are gonna agree with me. She doesn't have a lot of viewers generally, though. I mean, like, most of the people, it's like, I'm not saying she doesn't have a lot of viewers. I'm just saying, like, there was like 20,000 people watching, even 25,000 at one point, and she's got like 200, 300 maybe on her, on the streams that I've seen. I don't know if she gets more or less generally, but on the ones that I've seen, it was around there, like 200 viewers. So I've noticed that she usually goes like double C Emperor. She didn't. I think that was the mistake. I think she would have, again, I think she would have gone higher in the tournament if there was less PvE and more PvP. So that's why these two here, that's why they ranked low, is because there was not as much PvP involved. It was PvE and RNG based, and that's why they ranked there. That's why I was incorrect. And Jiraiya's a personality. Some people were mad at me because I said he was place 8th. His units and his runes are not as his units are good. His runes are not at the same level as the other players. But I said that going in. I told you I did my research on them. But I think he's a cool dude, man. He's a cool dude. I would hang out with him any day of the week. But I think everyone did good. Some people kind of got, like, they made mistakes because they got, like, I think they were just too stressed. Like, they got in their head, they were a little nervous, a little stressed out, and I can understand that. It's a stressful thing being on stage, being in front of like 20,000 people. I can totally understand. Also, Jubagel, don't talk shit, Jubagel. You weren't even there, all right, buddy. So you have no place to talk. That's why I didn't do that. That I'm not uploading the 5-hour things. I'm like, you know what? They all did good. I think they all did great. So, and Koopa Troopa, man, he's like the shock of the whole thing. He's the shock of the whole thing. I colored these because I was like, the red ones are like, I was totally wrong on that one. The green ones, like, I was pretty right there. But yeah, I think Koopa Troopa took us all, like, we were all pretty shocked about that one. All right, guys, what do you think about the tournament? I don't want to say too much on it. We'll see what Comtois does with the changes on the 28th. I know we've got a couple more days before the new patch is out, so that's gonna be fun. But I don't want to like go too much rage mode because Summoners Way Sport 2017. You know what I'll do. But what do you guys think about the tournament? Leave in the comments below, and I'll see you guys as always in the next one.